What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phillies pregame live right here on DSM Media. On today's show, I am with my man Phil, and we're going to be breaking down this Phillies Pirates matchup, going over the lineup cards, keys to victory, and this pitching matchup. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Phillies pregame live. I am your host, Dylan Davis. You can check me out on Twitter at DylanJD98. And my co-host on tonight's show is my man, Phil Stiefel. Check him out on Twitter if you haven't already at Beard and Knowledge, as we stream to you guys live on DSM Media's Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, head on over to at DSM_media on Twitter. Hit that follow button. Click the link tree in the bio. You know the deal. Head on over to the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Like this video. And let's get rolling. Adam, what's going on, my guy? Jason, this is quick, buddy. This is going to be a quick show.
Thrown together out of left field. Dude,
I know. Phil was pulled.
My shirt is wet because I literally threw the closest dry shirt on I had and ran out of the pool to come over here and help my man Dylan out.
Phil was called out of the bullpen tonight for this one. But let's get into it, man. Yeah, we already talked about the Phillies Braves series this morning on Trending in the AM. If you guys haven't checked that out already, go back to DSM Media's YouTube page and catch the replay. Really good episode this morning. Pissed off Cole. It's always a good time. So we're not going to go over that series too much. I want to get into this Pirates game tonight, Phil, and heading into this series over the weekend, because while it's a series that we all sit back and go, oh, Philly should win this game, Phillies should cruise through this series, it's not always the case, a la last week when they come out of the All-Star break and have a 3-game set against the Cubs and end up getting swept on their home field. So what's your thought process heading into this series? What's your confidence level heading into tonight? Because I'm sure it's somewhat a little down on this team at the moment.
It's not down. I think the correct word is skeptical. We don't know what we're going to get. We should come out and win and play well in the series. But from series to series, whether it's a good team or a bad team, we do not know what team we are going to get from the Phillies. And there's nobody that could be confident at any point the rest of this season and be like, we know for sure we're going to get the good Phillies. Because there is a good Phillies team. We just saw it the last 3 games against the Braves. You know, taking 2 out of 3 against the Braves is no easy feat. We just don't know what we're going to get. So you have to be skeptical every series. No matter what the lineup is, no matter who the pitcher is. Because, look, I've even said it before. Zach Wheeler going tonight. Zach Wheeler's still having a great season on paper. But if you trust your eye test, Zach Wheeler hasn't had the season he had last year.
No.
You know, he struggled to put some hitters away. He doesn't get deep into the games as often as he used to and things like that. So you got to be skeptical. But it is the Pirates, so you got to have some hope at least.
They
can pull it together.
This Pirates team, numbers wise, is what we call no bueno. If you want to look at their batting, they are 29th in average, 28th in OBP, 28th in slugging, 28th in OPS, 20th in stolen bases. They're pitching 26th in ERA, 26th in WHIP, 22nd in Ks per 9. Like, they're not a good ball club. And you mentioned that Braves win. It is an important series win to carry some momentum heading into this Pirates series. But you mentioned you're skeptical because you just don't know what you're going to get night to night. So let me ask you a question here. It's something that John Kruk said after the first Braves win of this past series. We've sat here for the last year and a half and talked about how consistently inconsistent this team has been. Is there a difference right now, even though you're skeptical, from being inconsistent like they were in the past, or the word he used, unpredictable? Is there any difference to you in that mindset?
Yes and no. I mean,
Because he spoke about how
I don't think they're unpredictable. I think they're inconsistent. Unpredictable means that we'd see a lot more. What was that game early in the season when we were up 7-1 in the ninth inning?
Oh, against the Mets.
That's unpredictable. You cannot predict that to happen. Okay, you cannot predict that they're going to go on a 9-game winning streak after firing your manager. But outside of those two situations this year, the rest of it is just inconsistent. Win 3 games, lose 3 games. Win 2, lose 3. Win 4, lose 2. It's just inconsistent play. You don't even see a lot of, just win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. You just see a bunch of streaks, which is inconsistency. That's all it is to me. So where I got hooked, and we talked about this morning on Training the AM, on Crux saying, why break something that's not broken, or why fix something that's not broken? About talking about moving Bohm in the lineup, and we've all talked about wanting to see Bohm higher, and I got that, and I understood what he was saying, and I kind of agreed with it to an extent. But they're inconsistent, not unpredictable. Because unpredictable means that they could, if the Phillies were unpredictable, we would be able to say that there's a theory or a thread where they can go on a deep run in the playoffs. An unpredictable team could do that. There's no way you could be confident that they can make a deep run in the playoffs this year.
That's fair, man. It's very tough to decipher the difference between the two. Yeah. But I guess when you're looking at it from an unpredictable standpoint, what you wrapped up saying fits that description perfectly. Unpredictable means, yes, it's stemming from inconsistency, but it also means they could go on a humongous run. And with inconsistency means you're probably not getting a large enough run for that to happen. But Jason's in the comments saying you got to sweep the Pirates. You have to win games against bottom feeder teams. We can't afford to split or even 3-1. Let's spank this team. I think they can sweep the Pirates. They can go on a 4-game win streak and sweep the Pirates. I'm set on 3-1. I don't think it's I think it's extremely tough. You see cases all the time. Like I said, you bring up the Cubs series. Good teams lose to bad teams all the time. The Giants just got swept by the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers got swept by the Diamondbacks this season. Like, it happens. So to say they got to go into another field, another city, and take all 4 is tough. Can they do it? 100%. And it'll be a huge boost heading into the trade deadline. But we'll see what they do. So let's get into tonight's matchup, Phil. Let's start on the bump. Phillies obviously sending their ace out. Zach Wheeler's 8-5 on the year with a 2.78 ERA. Another Zach throwing for the Pirates, Zach Thompson. He's 3-7 with a 4.64. You were talking to me before the show. Mr. Inconsistent apparently this year. He's had 2 good months, 2 extremely bad months.
Actually, as I dive deeper, because literally, I was not lying. This show was thrown together the last second.
Yes.
I had literally 3 minutes to prepare.
Yes.
He gave up 7 runs in his last outing against Miami.
Beautiful.
Take that out of the equation, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12 of his last 13 outings before that 7 runs, he had given up 12 or less runs.
Combined?
Or two or less runs. Sorry. 2 or less runs 12 of the last 13 times on the bump. It's literally earned runs. It was 7 earned runs. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, 2, 4, 1, 0, 0, 0. That's since the start of May. That's not awful.
No, he must have had a terrible start to the season.
He had a terrible start. He's had some bumps in the road.
Well, I'm saying that because if he's got a 4.64,
the problem is he doesn't go a lot of innings. His innings: 6 2/3, 4 2/3,
Right.
4 2/3, 4 1/3, 5 5, 5 2/3, 3 5 1. He went a game where he went 1 inning, so 4 1/3, 2 4. He's kind of like our Vince Velasquez. Is that kind of crazy to say?
No,
he's kind of like a guy that just doesn't put a lot of innings in. So
he's only got 75 2/3 innings pitched on this season.
Yeah.
He's also a guy that doesn't seem like he's able to put you away. He's only got 51 Ks on the year. He's walked 32 on the year. Now, to compare that to who's on the bump for the Phillies tonight, Zach Wheeler has 114 strikeouts, which is more than his innings pitched, and he only has 21 walks on the season. So the Phillies should be able to make contact tonight. They should be able to put the ball in play, and hopefully that equates to base runners. Listen, something we didn't talk about this morning about yesterday's game that I would like to piggyback into this one that I'm just thinking about now. The Phillies played a different style of baseball yesterday, and I would love to see that continue. Do they have a ton of speed? Absolutely not. But they manufactured run. Dude, they had a double steal going one time. JT cleared the bases. He gets on first with 1 or 2 outs. He takes off second pitch. They probably swiped 4 or so bags yesterday while I was there. And that's something you don't see this team do a lot. Be aggressive on the base paths. They need more of that, especially when the power numbers aren't coming. So tonight, to equate this to Zach Thompson, he walks a lot, apparently, and he's not going to put you away. So if you get on base, take advantage of the runners on base and be aggressive tonight. That's something I would love to see. So you have to imagine that the Phillies have and absolutely, Friday. Did you do that yourself?
I did.
Look at you. The Phillies had the advantage on the hill tonight with Zach Wheeler.
All right, so with Zach Wheeler, I have some interesting points on Zach Wheeler here that I want to bring up. And it's a little bit off of what you said. So the Pirates obviously are not a good team. I'm looking at the Pirates starting lineup for tonight. You've got 3 guys that hit the 250s and nobody else. You got 240s, 220s, 1, 2, 3 guys under 200 and stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy. You got guys that, their leading home run hitters got 6 home runs on the season, 28 RBIs out of their lineup tonight. But what I see tonight, which is the key to victory with Zach Wheeler, is the fact that only 3 guys have actually seen Zach Wheeler pitch before. And they only have 3 at-bats each. So you got 3 guys. 2 have gone 1 for 3. 1 has gone 0 for 3. Everybody else is going to be facing the former borderline Cy Young type pitcher tonight. That's where you say the Phillies got to get hits and do whatever. The Phillies got to, take pitches and stretch this guy out because this is kind of Zach Thompson is kind of like a Vince Velasquez. You could draw a lot of walks and get his pitch count up early, etc. On the flip side, Zach Wheeler's got to attack these young hitters quickly and be able to get through 7, 8 innings tonight. And he should have no trouble doing that because I can't imagine a world where you're seeing a guy like Zach Wheeler for the first time. You're a young, inexperienced baseball player. I can't imagine facing Zach Wheeler and thinking it'd be a walk in the park. No. He should have no problem putting these guys away tonight.
I agree. And it's an important start for him to have tonight as well, because there's something to be said about a team being better, a starter being dominant, and coming out and just putting your foot on a team's throat from the jump. Like, this has to be a classic Zach Wheeler start. This should not be, 6 innings, 4 or 5 run type of night against this offense. He has to come out, assert his dominance tonight, be great, and I think the offense will follow. So speaking of that offense, let's bring up our lineup card tonight for the Titans in Pittsburgh. Back in the leadoff spot again, Kyle Schwarber in left field, Rhys Hoskins at first base in the 2-hole. And as we spoke on earlier this morning, Alec Boehm promoted in the lineup. He's hitting third tonight. He's been on absolute fire at third base. Derek Hall cleaning up at the DH spot. Nick Castellanos in right field batting 5th. Bryson Stott in the 6-hole at second base. Didi in the lineup again at shortstop, hitting 7th. Matt Vierling takes over for a double again tonight in the 8-hole. And Stubbs in for JT tonight, first of a 4-game series. So I would assume JT's going the rest of the way. And of course, Zach Wheeler.
Before we even break down the lineup, didn't JT just have a game off a couple games ago?
I think so, dude. Yeah. So against the Cubs.
Weird to me.
I think it's the third game against the Cubs.
Yeah. So JT's the kind of guy that doesn't take many days off. And if he just had a game off on Sunday and he's getting another game off here on Thursday, it's kind of odd to me. So I'm a little concerned or questioning, or I'm wondering why JT's not in the lineup. It's really interesting.
I believe it was the third game against the Cubs. He was off.
Yeah, it was either Sunday or Monday. So
Sunday,
it's not like he's had 8 games in a row, like when Joe Girardi was still the manager and he was burning them out. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to me.
I agree, but
I do want to address,
especially when he's getting hot.
Right, exactly. He has. All right, Jason. I'm not saying I'm concerned I'm questioning why he's not in there tonight. You just had 2 out of 3 against the Braves. The JT's finally starting to hit the ball. Nick
driving in runs.
Nick Castellanos can't hit the ball, and you give him
every day.
But JT's finally starting to hit the ball, and this is the game you choose to rest him.
It's weird.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm questioning why today's the day off versus why does he need a day off? He just had a day off 3 days ago.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
And it's coming off the All-Star break.
That's the weird part. The only thing I can explain is it's a 4-game set, and he's going to play 3 of the 4, so they figured get it out of the way. I have no idea. Maybe he's going to go on a stretch too where he finishes this series and plays both in Atlanta against Atlanta. Who knows? But it is odd. It's not. I get he needs a day off here and there. Of course he does. Every catcher does. He just had a day off 4 games ago. So that part's a little weird. Right. And he's, like I said, he's starting to figure it out the plate. He's hitting efficiently in the 3-hole, driving in runs. So it's weird timing for sure.
Efficiently in that 3-hole. So you want to give him a break behind the plate. No offense to Derek Hall. Derek Hall's done okay.
DH him.
You could DH him. You could give Rhys Hoskins a break. Rhys Hoskins has not been hitting the ball very well overall lately. You can put JT at the first base spot if you really want to. There's a lot of things you can do. But if you're not going to put JT in the 3-hole, you're putting Bohm in the 3-hole tonight. You're breaking his rhythm that he has gotten in that 7-hole. And then you start JT tomorrow. If you go and put JT in the 3-hole tomorrow and drop Bohm back down, are you messing with Alec Bohm's head, bouncing him around the lineup? Would it have been better off tonight to put, if you're going to put JT back in that 3 or 4-hole tomorrow, would have been better off leaving Bohm alone and moving someone else up into the 3-hole while JT's getting a day off? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning into what John Kruk said about not breaking what's working and moving Bohm up. If it's for consistency and he's going to stay in that 3-hole for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm perfectly fine with it. But if it's just for 1 or 2 games, or if Bohm goes 0 for 4 tonight, and then you bump Bohm because of that, you're not helping out Bohm's development. So I'm a little concerned there.
I'm with you. But then the question I guess becomes if he's in the 3-hole tonight, if he comes out and goes 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 for 4, drives in some runs, you keep him there? Yeah, probably, right? So it'll be interesting to see what Thompson decides to do. Outside of that,
I'm curious whether he got the bump because JT wasn't playing, or whether it was because
I think that might be why.
In the lineup, and that's what the thing is. I want consistency in the lineup, not like Stott's in the 6-hole tonight. He's in a different spot in the lineup every single night, and I don't like that. I want consistency in my lineup. I've heard plenty of people talk about how it's important to learn. You know where you're at in the lineup. It's a different approach in every spot, and having that consistency helps them as a pro ball player. I want to see the consistency.
No, I 100% agree. But outside of that, I would say, yeah, the lineup's not pretty, Jason. I agree. When you get to the 6-hole down, it's like, well,
not just the 6-hole. You look at the whole lineup.
Right.
I mean, Derek Hall. Look, I know Derek Hall's excited a few fans. Derek Hall's not a Major League Baseball player.
Yeah, I know.
He, in my opinion, I've created a new level. It's not just the single A, double A, triple A. In my opinion, there's a quadruple A, a guy that's better than triple A, but not quite a pro hitter. And he's kind of in that. He's the quadruple A guy. And I know people liked his home runs that he hit early, but he really doesn't. You telling me Derek Hall scares Major? He might scare Zach Thompson.
Oh, no.
But he ain't scaring anybody of decent, Castellanos still in the 5-hole. You're going 4-5, Hall, Castellanos. You're not scaring a single pitch. Zach Thompson might be confident going against the 4-5-hole hitter tonight. You got to do something different with that.
I'm with you, man. So looking at this lineup then, what are your keys to success tonight for the Phillies? What gets them a win tonight over a team that they should beat tonight?
Do I have to have 1, 2, or 3? How many keys to victory do I have?
However many you got.
I got 2. Right. Yeah. You beat Zach Wheeler's aggressive against a young team that's never seen him pitch. Mm-hmm. Attack these guys. I would like to see Zach Wheeler go 7 or 8 innings, double-digit strikeouts, continue to have, what's he got, like 19, 20 walks on the season. He shouldn't add to that number tonight. This team is going to be up there swinging at whatever he throws up there. Hell, I would love to see Zach Wheeler go the distance tonight. That would be key one. Zach Wheeler, aggressive. The complete opposite end of the equation, Phillies hitters being patient, because you can get Zach Thompson out of this game in the third or fourth inning. It is shown that he does not have the ability to go deep into ball games. If you're being free swinging at the first pitch every single at bat, you're going to give this guy a chance to get into a rhythm. He has gone 5-6 innings a few times, giving up 2 or less runs. You want to be aggressive, but you want to be patiently aggressive. Is that the right phrase?
Yeah. Well, this was something I talked about against Strider the other night when they hadn't seen him, and it's like, do you want to make him pitch to you? You want to get the count up. You want to bring him to you, but at the same time, you don't mind swinging at the first or second pitch of a count.
These guys have seen this guy a lot. Schwarber's 0 for 2 in his career with 2 strikeouts against this guy. Hoskins is 1 for 1. Castellanos is 2 for 5. He has taken him deep, Castellanos. So hey, maybe this is the night that Castellanos gets off the snide.
Well,
Gregorius is 1 for 3, and Vierling is 0 for 2. That is it. We've got 5, 10. We've got 13 plate appearances against this guy as a team tonight. So, it's not a bold prediction because he's already taken this guy. He's got him in his book. So, I want to see. Wheeler aggressive, the hitters of the Phillies a little passive aggressive, maybe, to get Thompson out of the game quickly.
I agree. So I'll start with your first key. That's one of mine. I said it before. Zach Wheeler being Zach Wheeler tonight. This needs to be another dominant start against a bad team. Just go out, put your foot on their throat from the jump, and don't let this team think they have a chance. And then from the hitter's point of view, one of two has to find their mojo again this series. Kyle Schwarber, who, again, not getting on him, but he has come back down to earth, and not just come back down to earth pretty greatly. I mean, at this point, I think he's like 6 for his last 50-some at bats, right? So he's in a slump again. Either he needs to get hot again, or the man of the hour for the last 2 months needs to start to figure it out on the road against this bad team and get his season jump started right now, and that is Nick Castellanos. I'm out of words for the guy. Like, I don't know how he can figure it out. He continues to play in the field every night. He's in that 5-hole every night. He can't catch up to a fastball. He's swinging at balls out of the zone. He's emotionless. It's very odd to me at the moment for a guy who supposedly wears his heart on his sleeve and is a get-in-your-face kind of guy. Haven't seen that spark or emotion out of him. Would love to see him get right in Pittsburgh, because that's just a perfect way to get your season going. You get a bad team with a couple bad pitchers, find your swing, get correct, and then head into Atlanta and really get the ball rolling. But outside of that, I think the Phillies roll tonight. So, Phil, before we wrap this up, what do you got tonight? Score prediction, win, loss?
I've been thinking about this 20, 25 minutes we've been live here, how it's going to go. And I'm just doing a quick search on Zach Wheeler here. So this is a bold prediction because he hasn't completed 8 innings yet tonight this year. He's gone 7 2/3. It's as deep as he's gone into a ball game. I'm saying Zach Wheeler pitches a complete game shutout tonight. 3-0. He dominates. I don't have the confidence to be able to say the bats will wake up. I can't say Nick Castellanos for sure is going to hit a home run or Bohm's going to succeed in the 3-hole, whatever it may be. I can't say that confidently. I have more confidence in Zach Wheeler being able to come out tonight, dominate this young team that's struggled against him, the few that have seen him. He should be able to live up to the billing, earn his paycheck. He's pitched well overall this year. Zach Wheeler comes out tonight, goes the full 9, strikes out 10 or 11 batters. We win 3-0 and get started because there's a lot of pressure. We got Bradley Falter going tomorrow. That's not a give me win. That's not a give me win.
No, even against the Pirates team that's not good. Again, he pitched against the Cubs team that's not good, and I forget who the freaking catcher was who hit 2 home runs off of him, was hitting 192 on the year before. Oh, Yan Gomes. Yan Gomes ripped 2 solo shots deep into the afternoon against them, and he was hitting like 190 on the season before he saw Bailey falter. So it's never a gimme with him on the mound. And I agree with you. If I had to pick a player of the game, I think Zach's the most important. It's very difficult to look at this lineup and be like, this guy's going to go off today. Bohm's been Mr. Consistent, Mr. Hot lately. Outside of that, you don't know what you're going to get. Wheeler has to be Wheeler. He has to be an ace tonight against a bad team. Go out and
another
and
reason
win a ball
why
game.
I'm kind of hoping that my predictions are correct is because you've got Falter tomorrow, who's only going to go 4 or 5 innings. You've got
the bullpen's
got Ranger Suarez going later this series. What's he go? 5 or 6 innings?
Maybe
back?
6.
The bullpen, the good part of the bullpen has been pretty consistently good lately. The Dominguez, the Hands, even Knievel, have been pretty solid lately. We need to save them for the Suarez and the Falter. We need Zach Wheeler to come out and put, like you said earlier in the show, put his foot down on these guys. So that's why not only do I predict it, but I hope and need it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't need to see Andrew Bellotti. I don't need to see Nick Nelson. And again, you also want to get to these important later inning guys to the Atlanta series ready to go. You don't want to show up in Atlanta and not have anything to do. Jason, my friend, they're going to do something. No, I hate to break it to you.
Don't be on Trending the Game tomorrow. I've already got a question. We're going to talk Eagles tomorrow, but I already got a Phillies question formulated.
They're not going out and getting a Luis Castillo. I don't think a Frankie Montas is coming there. All those names, I think Dombrowski stays true to what he says, but I do think they make 1 or 2 good moves. Kyle Gibson-esque, a pitcher like that to help the middle of this rotation, or a player to go out and do that. Well, I mean, the only thing I can say about the Benintendi thing is, I was from talking to Hembo earlier on Faithful Fanatics, is he believes control is everything when it comes to baseball contracts, and Benintendi, I believe, is done at the end of this year. So even if they're not highly touted prospects, to give up 3 top 20 prospects or right around 20 prospects, it's tough for a dude that's probably not going to re-sign after 2 months. So that's the only thing I can say. I would have liked Andrew Benintendi here, but if he's not going to be back come November, unless they won a World Series with him, who gives a damn about his tenure here? So we'll see what they do. Dombrowski's going to do something. They've done something every year for the last 4 years at the deadline, and this time they're actually like legit to make the playoffs. They're half a game out right now. He's going to do something. I just would lower my expectations to what that something is. Guys, that's going to wrap up this Phillies pregame show.
What was your prediction? I didn't hear a prediction.
Phillies W, bro. Phillies W. Who does anyone go yard tonight? Does anyone go yard? I'll agree with Jason for a second. I think Reese gets one out tonight in Pittsburgh. I think the Phillies win. I'll go 5-2. I hope you're correct with your shutout, your complete game shutout, but I'll go 5-2. I think the Pirates will squeak 1 here out early in the game against Wheeler and 1 later against the bullpen or something. But Phillies win. They keep that Braves momentum going, and then good Lord, we'll see how the rest of the weekend goes, and hopefully they can take 3 or 4 out of 4 from the Pirates. Guys, if you don't already, go follow my man Phil on Twitter at Beard and Knowledge. You can check me out on Twitter as well at DylanJD98. Hit that subscribe button, like this video on our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are everywhere, Twitter, and have a great night. Enjoy the game.